Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. I am your humble French tarot reader and deck goblin marine, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my new tarot and oracle decks. Accumulated a lot of decks since I did a last haul, which probably was not that long ago on my channel, but there was definitely a long time between me filming that and posting that. I'm super excited because there's really some gems here, and I love to share those with you for my fellow tarot lovers and deck goblins out there. I love watching those kinds of videos. I love making them. The world feels like a trash can on fire most of the time, so taking some time for joy, for celebrating artists and art and ideas and creativity just makes me super happy. I want to start this video first by saying I hope everyone is doing good. At the moment of me filming, we have just started Mercury retrograde, so that's fun. Let's pray for no technical issues. I do hope everyone is doing good and having a good start of the summer if you're in the northern hemisphere, or winter if you're like me in the southern hemisphere. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who booked mid-year readings with me. I have launched an offering called Mid-Year Soul Check-In. You can find all the information in the description box. There is going to be my Ko-fi page. Down there you can book private readings with me. I've done a lot of those over the past few weeks, and I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who booked. Really, nothing makes me happier and more grateful than reading the cards for others. It's such a sacred space that we get to share. Nothing makes me feel more alive. I'm gonna be really honest. Apart from, spending time in nature and getting cuddles from my dogs, reading the cards really is big for me when it comes to feeling grateful for being human. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who already booked readings with me. I open few spots at a time. As you guys might know, I live with dynamic disability, so some days I'm not able to do very much, some days I'm able to do more. So reduced number of spots, but I do reopen quite often, and you can find my latest offerings in my Ko-fi page. Down there in my description box is also where you'll find the link to my second channel, the Waves of Rehearsal Readings. That's where I read the cards for you guys. And so if you haven't yet subscribed, definitely go and check it out. You can see all the decks I'm presenting to you today in actual readings, so it's good to see them in action. So strap in, get comfy, and let's ride, baby. First deck I wanted to talk about is actually probably the one I've had the longest. Doesn't really feel new at this point, but I don't think I've showed it on my channel yet. So it's the Visionary Tarot by Blue. I don't know how you say that, but it's actually by a collective of artists from the Netherlands, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna say the Netherlands, but don't quote me on that. This is a deck by 78 different artists, and so it's one of those collective kind of endeavors. Gorgeous box. You guys might know, if you have watched my content before, that I'm not the biggest fan of collective decks because sometimes they lack cohesion for me, and yet this one, something drew me in. I actually saw this first on Tarot for Tired People. I'll try and remember to tag her. Definitely go and send some love. I love her channel. She's really cool. There was something that really drew me in, and I really fell in love with some cards specifically. So ultimately, I saw a few cards that really were like, okay, I love this so much, and they made me get it. Specifically, I think the court cards in this one are great, like the Knight of Wands, and I'll show you guys when we come to it. So as you're gonna see, on each of those cards, we have the name of the tarot card, and then we have artwork by, so that's really cool. I mean, if you guys don't like writings on your cards, that's not gonna be the deck for you. Personally, that doesn't bother me. I think it's quite nice that they have credited all the different artists, and there is a lot of different mediums here used. Like we have collage, we have what do you call that, like wood carving, you have drawings digitally, hand painted images, you have, I think, felt, and just a lot of different mediums being used. And in the guidebook it will tell you exactly the mediums used, which I think is awesome. Like, this really feels like you're taking a walk in a museum. My favorite places in London to visit was the Tate Museum, and this feels like being back there, to be honest. So I love the Seven of Cups. So whilst not every single card is my fave, like Ten of Cups, it feels a little bit Prince Charming to me, and yet I see red flag here. So not my favorite. Some definitely are like so gorgeous. Like, I love this Four of Cups, for example. The collage work, super cool, and the ceramic work is awesome. Let me find some of my other favorite cards. Temperance is really beautiful. We need to find some of my faves, you guys. I love this Nine of Wands. Oh my god, I haven't even checked if there was nudity, so we'll figure it out. This Knight of Wands is super cool. I love this Hierophant. Again, right? Very different, very potentially jarring to some people, which normally I'm on that team. I don't like when artwork is too different, but something about the... how can I say that? It's like, because this was made with this, like by a collective of artists with a similar intention, it doesn't feel, it feels eclectic, but it doesn't feel chaotic. That's the best way I can say it. Like, so ultimately, look at those buttons, they're really cool. Ultimately, there's a cohesion here by the common intention of this group of artists that makes a lot of sense to me and actually has given me awesome readings. This deck I've used a lot in the last 2 months, like I said. This one is great for career. It's great for any questions regarding the material world. Here's one of those wood ones. I love this tower. It's awesome. And can you see the wood here? Super cool. Oh, here's Knight of Swords. If this artist, Eliker Smiley, if they ever do a full deck, oh my god, take my money. Knight of Cups, same. Darcy Wendt. If you do a full tarot deck, oh my god, take my money. I love this so much. So that's what I said, like the pages and knights specifically are awesome, but there's a lot of cool cards. There's some photography, collage, like any kind of medium you can think of is here. And in the guidebook, like I said, you do have specifically what was used. So here, Two of Cups, it's acrylic on paper, and you have the meaning, like traditional tarot meaning, and then you have the artist statement, which tell you why they depicted the card this way. So I love the guidebook. It's really cool. I love to get a glimpse into the creation, into each artist like point of view. Again, you know, for someone who's not normally into collective decks, this one, to me, reads like a dream. Really, really good for career readings, for readings around life path, life purpose. This deck really wants to chat about those kinds of things, and also creativity readings. It's really, really good. Anything related to wands and pentacles, I have found this deck to shine. And it's definitely been a highlight for me for the last couple of months. The Visionary Tarot. Awesome. The latest decks actually that came, because it literally arrived yesterday in my mailbox, and it was really quick to ship because it comes from France, is a Tarot de Marseille by a French tattoo artist called Christelle Faure, I think. Yes. Christelle Faure is the name of the artist. She's a tattoo artist. And so this is the Tarot de Marseille de Christelle Faure. Here is her details. So if you want to check out her work, super, super cool. And I want to say is that this arrived to me in like a bubble wrap letter. So the box took a bit of damage, and the cards are completely fine. But then I saw that she sent an email to the people who had ordered decks from her, and saying like she had some feedback from people saying their cards were damaged and stuff. For me, I'm not about to complain because of just this little tear. If my cards are fine, you know, it's completely okay. But I think because she did have some feedback, she might change the way she ships her stuff. I mean, I'm surprised that this managed to travel halfway across the world in just a little bubble wrap letter, in the good state that it was, because this could have been trashed considering how far it has traveled. For me, it's completely okay. Like, I don't mind this, you know, it's nothing. The cards are fine, but I think she might change the way to ship, because, I mean, the creators out there, if any of you are watching me, don't send your decks in those little bubble wrap envelopes, especially if you're sending them abroad. You guys don't do it. It's not worth it. You're gonna get complained. The box are gonna get trashed. You'd have to resend decks. Just get them in a nice little like cardboard box. Everyone will be much happier, and you will have less problems down the line, I can tell you. Here are the backs. Absolutely beautiful. I love this so much, and you're gonna see it's in order because I only received it yesterday. It's a Tarot de Marseille, obviously redrawn with this artist style. So like I was telling you guys, she's a French tattoo artist, and when I don't think this deck is very well known. Like, I saw it really by random on Instagram. Sometimes Instagram, it will just suggest stuff you might like, and so it suggested me, based on the algorithm, the work of this particular artist. And I hadn't seen this deck anywhere. I immediately fell in love with the faces. They have like those blank eyes that looks a little bit haunted in the best way. I don't know, there's something really appealing to me about these facial expression. Even the horses look a little bit haunted, and I love the colors. I love the bright colors on black background. This is on matte paper, by the way. I would say similar to like a rose petal finish, but it's not sticky, and it's definitely larger, stereotypical size. Gosh, you guys, I'm a bad YouTuber. I never do that shit where I compare the size and stuff, but let's try and be good this time. What is it? It's like a little bit wider and taller. You can see here. If you have smaller hands, something to note. But beautiful production quality when it comes to the cardstock and stuff. So yeah, I immediately fell in love with, I think the Hermit is actually the first card I saw from this Creatrix. And I was like, wow, what is this? I need it in my life. It's beautiful. I love the art style. I love how some of the art style jumps out of the frame, like even below here. So there's something really satisfying about that. So I kind of took a chance before, and look, again, you know, the head is coming out of the frame. I love that. It gives dynamism, I think. So I kind of took a chance when I ordered this one because I hadn't seen a review and stuff. But then after I'd ordered it, because probably Instagram did a good job at presenting it to a few of us tarot lovers, I did see a couple of people sharing pics online, and I was like comforted in knowing that I had made a good choice because it's really gorgeous. And so I immediately was like, okay, I have no doubts I'm gonna love this. Look at this Ace of Cups. It's stunning. So for my Tarot de Marseille lovers, I mean, this, you know, is absolutely stunning. You have your stereotypical pips, but there's something about the colors, something about the lines. I just find it delightful and so beautiful. And I have been renewing my love for Tarot de Marseille this year. There's been a couple of great ones. You know, I love the Tarot de Marseille from Ashla Estrella. That's like one of my favorite modern Tarot de Marseille. But recently I've gotten the, what was it called? Tarot Originel, which was huge, which was like a TDM / Visconti Sforza kind of mashup, I would say, from a French artist, and I love it. There's the Austrasian Tarot, which is between Marseille and Pip, but with a Greek mythology flair, which I've loved this year. So I've definitely, I mean, look at this, it's stunning. I need to show this to, this is making me think I need to show this to Iena, because I think she would really like this. Really beautiful, and this year I've truly found a couple of Tarot de Marseille, like TDM adjacent decks, redrawings of TDMs that I really, really love. And this one is a absolute joy. Look at this Knight of Wands. That's one of my favorite cards in Tarot. I very much identify with the Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands, I kind of balance between the two. Look at this Queen of Wands. I love her. I love her facial expression. I love her pose. She looks like a warrior. Fierce. And this king, and look again, the way the stick goes above the label. It's those little details which to me make me happy, you know. It's like aesthetically pleasing. It's really gorgeous. So obviously it's in French because it's by a French artist and it's a TDM, but if you guys read with Marseille, you'll have no issue. It's gorgeous. I can't wait to read with it. I think it's gonna pair beautifully with so many things, and I love just love the vibe, love the aesthetic of it. So again, it's literally called Tarot de Marseille, but it's if you want to find it, it's Tarot de Marseille by Christelle Faure, who is the creatrix. And I don't know if I showed, but there's like beautiful gold inlays on the box. I love to find creations by indie French artists. It makes me super happy, especially when I can introduce them to my English-speaking audience. So I think a lot of you might enjoy this one as much as I know I'm going to love my copy. Speaking of an artist I adore, we're going to talk about one of them, potentially my favorite tarot creatrix, specifically when it comes to divine feminine / goddess specific decks. And we're going to talk about Hélène Lorenzi Prince. You guys might know her Dark Goddess Tarot, which is mass market, is one of my all-time favorite tarot decks. I use that deck all the time, every new moon, every full moon. I pull from that deck. I love her writing, I love her style, I love her philosophy. I just vibe with Hélène's work so much. Tarot of the Crown is very, very out of print, but she has a couple of decks that are indie, that are still in print, that I've been wanting for so long, and that I never thought I would be able to get because they only ship in the US. Until one of my lovely friends I made on Instagram, Galencia, very kindly offered to help me get the decks to me, as she was like, you know, why don't you get them shipped to me, and I'll like transfer the shipping back to Reunion. And so thanks to her, I was able to get my hands on 2 decks from Ellen Lorenzi Prince, and you guys, I am so happy. I can't even tell you. I'm so happy. I've had these decks for over a month now. Again, I've been waiting to chat with you guys about them because I could cry. These were on my unicorn list for so long. They are easy to get if you're in the US, but if you're outside of the US, it's impossible because they don't ship abroad. So I was given 2 cards, one for the Minoan tarot, which was released in 2014 by Ellen Lorenzi Prince, and this one is the Greek mythology, Greek goddess, I think it's more recent. And I really want to say a huge thank you to Galencia. I'm going to make sure to tag her down below because she has been popping off on Instagram and she's such an awesome content creator and person. She is an earth witch and she posts about her tarot decks that she enjoys, about books she enjoys. She's super well read. She's really into the occult and she comes from Poland, so she's really strongly rooted in Polish and Slavic traditions, and she makes videos about her heritage and it's fascinating. She's a really cool, interesting, smart, and kind human being, and I wanted to shout her out. And so I make sure definitely follow her on Instagram, and she has a YouTube channel, so I'll also make sure to tag her YouTube channel. Especially, you guys want to make sure that you are following her because she sent me, which was so kind, in her package, some oracle cards of a deck that she's gonna be printing soon, and this is all made with her pictures and pictures that she and her husband have taken, and then she's collaged it, and it's gonna be awesome. Like, it's gonna be such a beautiful creation. And I know here are the backs, by the way. This is prototype, you guys, it might change. This is gonna be such a cool deck. I cannot wait to see the finished product, and I know she's working hard on it, so it's gonna come out soon. So make sure to leave her YouTube channel, Instagram down below. Go and follow her. She's such a kind person. She's awesome. One of the nicest people I have met recently online, and literally, like, this is why I do this, why I go on YouTube and talk to you guys, because you get to meet such kind, like-minded people. Like, I love to talk to you guys in the comments, because otherwise I don't get to speak to, like, my friends about tarot so much. So having, like, this community where I get to chat with you guys about our common passion, it's so nice. Like, it's so nice. So this is the Greek Goddess Tarot by Ellen Lorenzi Prince, 2022. Yeah, so it's not been out that long. It didn't come with a box, but it came with this pouch. And so you can get all of the indie decks from Ellen directly on arnelart.com. If anyone, this is a shout out to the ether. If you know anyone who doesn't want the Tarot of the Crown, let me know. This is on my unicorn list. Like I told you, I love Ellen's work, so it's the one of her deck that I don't have and would love to get my hands on. But for now, I'm definitely just so happy to have this. I've actually been using this consistently all throughout June. So it comes with a title card. The guidebook is fantastic. I should go back and say, because the writing, all of Ellen's writing are amazing. Like, it's probably what makes her shine, I think, as a artist, as a tarot artist. It's not just the design, although it's great, but it's also the way that she can give you like life wisdom that will hit right in the heart in just a few sentences. I just love her writing. We have some spreads, which is awesome. So for the cups, all the cup suit is based on Aphrodite. Right, makes sense. Water, Aphrodite, cups being linked to love and relationship. Suit of cups is dedicated to Aphrodite. For arrows, which are wands, we are following Artemis. So again, makes sense to me. I feel, Artemis being really goddess of the hunt, goddess of the wild. It makes sense. Then for swords, we have Athena. So all of the sword suit follows Athena and her myth and her stories and her lore. And finally, for the pentacles, they're not pentacles, are they called pentacles? I can't remember. I don't think they're grain. There you go. And it's obviously gonna follow the story of Demeter. Demeter being the goddess of the harvest and agriculture, it makes sense that she's linked to the pentacle suit, or in this case the grain suit. And then for the majors, you have goddesses pre-Olympus. So I would say primordial goddesses. You have titans and goddesses that go back before the Olympus goddess. For my Greek mythology pips, you will get what I mean. This deck is one, extremely beautiful. It's also extremely profound, and I personally do a lot of work with the Greek pantheon in terms of my spirituality. That's kind of like, since I've been a child, I've just been absolutely obsessed with Greek and Egyptian mythology. I've always had this, I don't know, affinity to it. I remember being a child and like asking Athena to help me with my homework, you know, at like 7 years old, or being like in the water and asking Poseidon to help me like get a wave so I could ride my surfboard again when I was a child. So I've always like had this affinity to work with the Greek pantheon, and so when I knew that Ellen Lorenzi Prince had a Greek mythology deck, I was like, come on, this is so me. I need it so bad. I love the myths she chose. Like, look, it's great, right? And this is Baobo, linked to the myth of Demeter. She's the goddess that managed to make Demeter laugh through her grief looking for Persephone. There's a lot of interesting myths here. The court cards have been renamed. You have child, champion, queen, and companion, or companion and queen. I think queen is the last one in this case, like equivalent to, actually let's check. I think queen is the equivalent of king. Let's check. I forget, because I've been referring the guidebook a lot with this because I love to read the writings. So yeah, you have child for the page, champion for the knight, which makes sense. You have companion for the queen and queen for the king. Something to get used to, but again, I've kind of been using this with the guidebook because I just love what it says. I love reading it. This is great, you guys. And interestingly, whilst this is very focused on the more important ones from the pantheon, Demeter, Artemis, Aphrodite, and Athena. When I have been working with the deck consistently, the one voice that comes through super strong in this is actually the voice of Cybele / Rhea, who is like the mother goddess before the Olympus pantheon was established. So this is really interesting because the voice from this deck actually goes even further down in history than I thought. In terms of energy, is very similar to me to the Austrasian tarot, which also is very focused on Titan gods and is not so much about the Olympus goddess. Like, I was fully expecting I was going to be getting strong link to Athena or Artemis, which are two divinity I work with a lot through this deck, but actually the voice that came through the most was Rhea / Cybele, like I said, and so this kind of like Titaness, older, much more ancient, primordial mother goddess, which is awesome. And I mean, come on, this is so cool. It's so good. It's really, really good, you guys. It's great. So if you like Greek mythology, I cannot recommend this enough. The writing is awesome. It has quotes in the guidebook that references the Greek mythology books and stories and lore, like, you know, obvious translation of, obviously. But it does tell you every single card, the person, the myth referenced. And then because Galencia is awesome, I managed to get not just one deck I wanted, but two. She super kindly again helped me to ship those two out to Reunion, and so I managed to get my hands on the Minoan tarot, again by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. This one has been out since 2014, and this one I've not used because I've been completely fully enthralled by the Greek goddess one, so I haven't used. Oh yeah, I forgot we had magnets. You guys, there you go. 2 magnets, beautiful. Again, you can get this from Arnell's Art, and here are the details. Like I said, I've not used the Minoan tarot, but I obviously will, because this is a deck that's been on my wishlist for super, super long. Yeah, it's been one of those that I never thought I'd get my hands on. Again, not because it's out of print, but because it's so hard to get. So here we're talking about fully being immersed in this particular part of the world. This is going to be a whole deck study for me because there's a lot of renamings here. Specifically, you're going to see in the suit. It's obviously dedicated to this particular like era, time, and place. So there's going to be a lot of study from me. Like, this is definitely not a deck I am going to take out and do big readings with straight out of the box. I need to sit with it. I need to read the guidebooks. I need to journal about it. And yet there's something, I can't tell you why, you guys, but there's something about this deck that has always called to me, and I always knew I needed to work with it. So it just was one of those that I don't know, every time I saw pictures of it, I felt so emotional. Like it really draws something emotionally to me that I feel like there's a connection there I need to explore. And again, I'm never disappointed with Ellen's decks. Like her writings, like I said, are gorgeous. So I knew that this was one I needed to work with. You've seen we have renaming, we had Earth, we have Sea, we have Sky, and we have Art for the last suit. And the court cards also have been renamed, so that's what I mean. Like this is going to be a whole, you know, Four of Cups. I don't see Four of Cups here at all. And yet, I know once I read the guidebook, it will make sense. So it's absolutely one that I need to take my time with, study, go deep into. So you have Worker, Priestess, Master, and Mistress. But I don't know, you guys, there's something about this art, the theme, everything, just, yeah, like, you know, sometimes you just don't have the words. You just feel that call of like, yeah, this deck and I, we have something to tell each other. Maybe it's because I've always been drawn to this particular, again, era, period. Ever since I was a child, I was always like, you know, super curious about this time. We have a foreword by Rachel Pollack, which makes this even better in my opinion. I have the introduction with chronological table about the Minoan tarot and a little bit about the Minoans. So specifically like the Isle of Crete, which I would love to visit one day. And then it goes straight into the explanation of the card. I thought it was so cool. It says, the card back shows double-headed axe called a labris, a primary religious symbol of the Minoans. This was not used as a weapon of war, but for ritual and ceremonial sacrifices. It was never shown in the hand of men's, only female divinities and her priestesses. The Minoan tarot image is based on a small gold offering from the old palace period found in a cave on Crete. And so I thought that was awesome, you know, just really cool imagery right there. This deck is gonna be full of secrets and I cannot wait to explore it. So again, Galore, if you're watching, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. You have made my deck dreams come true. I'm so happy, just so grateful. Let's talk about the evidence-based magic cards by Eva Gamayun. This is an oracle deck by an artist, so fully hand painted over several years, because this actually is a like curation of all of the paintings from Eva. So 50 selected surreal artworks done by Eva between 2014 and 2024. Kind of like a chronicle of her journey as an artist, and she's such a talented artist. And this was one that had been on my wish list for a while, so I'm super happy. I decided to finally jump. What do you say that? Pull the bite the bullet, I don't know, jump, whatever. I'm glad I finally bought it. Like I said, it took a while to come to me. So I've been waiting for this one, but I've had it for, I would say, almost a month now, and it's been wonderful. I pull one card at a time and kind of use it as altar cards. There's a guidebook with a message. So for each of the paintings, Eva has assigned a meaning, which is really cool, but I intuitively also get a lot from these readings. So you can reference the guidebook, obviously, but you don't have to. She is such a nice person, by the way. I wanted to mention, like, she's so kind. Like the few exchanges we've had, she just has a beautiful energy. And again, this is 100% hand painted. There's no AI here whatsoever. It was a labor of love over the last 10 years. It's a collection of her artwork, and they just speak to me again on a soul level. Like, I just love her work. I want prints of all of these to have in my home, but because I don't have enough like wall space as I would like, being able to have them in like card form is the next best thing. This is awesome, so good. So you do have the name of the card here, or I guess it's the name of the painting also. Psyche Fusion for this one. This is actually my phone background right now. It's the first card I pulled, and the message was so poignant. Yep, we're gonna get along just fine. And yeah, like I was telling you guys, she is not only is she super talented, she's super nice. Like, she actually was really kind, and, you know, tried to find ways so I could get my deck, even though I live in the middle of nowhere, which was really nice. Because, you know, I sometimes people just like, sorry, I can't ship to you. She really did everything she could to make sure I could get the deck from her. And so just really nice person, on top of being an incredibly talented artist. And I like production quality, you guys. Look, I mean, we have golden edges with hollow gilt, like hollow accent. We have some gold foil, hollow foil here. On the cards, you do also have some accents, like hollow accents here. It's beautiful cardstock, obviously much wider than stereotypical tarot deck, which I'm so glad, because you want big cards to enjoy this art. It's incredible. I love this so much. And this paired with the Zix Arcana, you guys, chef's kiss. I don't know if you have the Zix Arcana. It's one of my favorite decks. I know it's like out of print now, and so don't want to create FOMO, but just in case you guys do have it, it's incredible together. It also goes really well with another one I'll share with you now. It goes great with the Too Much Tarot. It goes great with so many. Like, I've tried so many decks. It's beautiful. One of my favorite. I love this so much. Oh, it's stunning, you guys. It's really, really stunning. She's such a talented artist. And like I said, I've been putting a card a day, kind of sitting with it, journaling with it, seeing what comes up intuitively. Sometimes I reference the guidebook. Most of the time I don't even need to, because I just get messages, and really, really gorgeous. So I'm so happy to have been able to support this artist. Again, you guys know, my calling in life is to be a patron of the arts. I love to support artists. I love to be able to support their work. And so not only that, but I get to support artists, and I get to peek through the veil of the universe through their work to pull the cards for myself or others and answer questions and get guidance. I mean, come on, that's the coolest thing ever, right? We're so lucky. The Scarlet Alice Deluxe Edition. I had pre-ordered this on Vermillon Collection, because I saw a couple of images and it really called to me, and because if you ordered 3 decks you were getting like a huge discount. Did I order 3 decks? Yes, I did. I'll show you with the other 2 I got at the same time. This is by Fairy PLE. I don't know, I got it on again, Vermillon Collection. Comes with a huge chunky guidebook that's half in English, half in Chinese. Good guidebook. I've read it. It's good. It gives you an overview of the art style. It gives you upward keyword and interpretation and reverse keyword and interpretation. And so if you're new to tarot, this is definitely giving you some information. We had a couple of extra cards with no title, which are beautiful. I wanted to make sure I showed you guys, but now they'll probably go in bookmarks because they're too pretty to leave in the box, in my opinion. And so, as the name suggests, Scarlet Alice Tarot, it's an Alice deck. You guys, I'm not a huge Alice fan. Alice in Wonderland, like, I like it, but I'm not, you know, a fan. Like my friend Melanie, she loves Alice in Wonderland, for example. For me, it was never my favorite stories. Here are the backs, by the way. This is a rose petal finish, but not sticky. Really, really nice paper quality. And we have this edging, so gorgeous, kind of shimmery, but it doesn't get on your hand. Really gorgeous. I said, I'm not a huge Alice fan. Like, I like it, but it's not, you know, I'm not a ride or die Alice person. But when I started seeing images of this on their website, I think I'm subscribed to Vermillon Collection's newsletter or something, so that's where I saw it. I was like, oh, I love this so much. The color palette really drew me in, and so I pre-ordered it before I even saw the full deck, because I was so intrigued and called to this color palette. Then I started seeing some reviews. This is not a deck that a lot of people got. I don't think it's super mega popular, maybe because there's a lot of Alice decks out there already. Maybe it's the limited color palette, or maybe it's whilst it's an Alice deck, it's not fully Alice. Like, that's what I like, right? So it's not Alice like stereotypical in the way that most of the time you don't even see her face, and it's a lot of legs and a lot of feet, and I've heard some people find that really weird and that they don't like it, but for me that's what I love, because there's something so dynamic and strange and weird about that it's kind of in line with Alice world. Like the Hangman is one of the few cards where we see fully Alice, like her face and her whole body. Otherwise there's a lot of like only just her legs. You do see some elements, obviously, like the Mad Hatter references and things like that, the White Rabbit, that are reminiscent of Alice story, but it's not a stereotypical Alice deck like the Dame Darcy one, for example, right? Or the Baba Studio one. And yet, that's what I love about it. Like this color story, first of all, gorgeous. And there's something about the point of view here that's really interesting. It's given me really cool readings. This is a quirky deck. It's not going to please everyone. And I have seen some people complain that that, the fact that we only see the feet and yet she's wearing high heels is kind of like sexualizing Alice. But for me, this is not Alice, a little girl. Like, this is young woman Alice. Like, when I see this, like, she's not little girl. She's like in her 20s, right? I see like 25 here or 23. I don't know. I don't see little girl Alice at all. I don't see the hypersexualization here at all. But that's obviously very personal. And if that's an issue for you, obviously, you know, you are completely entitled to your opinion. And I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, I hear the complaint. In some decks it bothers me. In this one I didn't see that link, because for me, again, the Alice depicted here, she's not a little girl here. She's like a grown woman. You know, I mean, look, I don't see child here. I see, you know, Katniss Everdeen vibes. So I think it's really good. I love the color palette. I've had really cool readings with this. I think it's really interesting. Just a really interesting take on Alice. It's like, it's Alice, but it's not fully Alice. It's kind of whimsical and weird, but yet there's definitely some more harsher cards. And it does feel like if Alice got stuck in the Alice world as a grown-up woman, how she would who she would have become, right? As a woman, like how she would have evolved if she never came out of that world. This devil card is incredibly smart and just awesome. Again, this is a really good deck, you guys. It's a really great deck. So I'm very happy. I pre-ordered it. I was not disappointed. So I've really enjoyed it. This is probably one of my favorite cards. The moon card is awesome. So the other deck I picked up is this weird deck coming in the strangest box I've ever seen in my life. When it arrived, I was like, what is this devilry? What is this wizardry? This is like tarot in, I don't know, 2041, and I'm still in 2026. It actually turns. I mean, sometimes it gets stuck, but sometimes it turns. There you go. That's weird, right? Like, what is this? Mind blown. I don't know what this is, but it's cool. Is it practical? Not really, because this, like I said, it gets stuck, and on top of that, if you can't really put anything on it because it's raised. So sometimes good ideas are just that, they're just good ideas, not the most practical. But I appreciate the originality, definitely. Interesting. This is the Forest We Know, I think it's called. So this was like the deck to make up the cheaper cost. And honestly, you know what? It's actually really beautiful. This is a Art Nouveau / fantasy mashup. You're gonna see we have elves and almost like a Lord of the Rings kind of vibe, but in this gorgeous Art Nouveau inspiration, it's giving you a little bit like, because this, you know, these elements are reminding me of a deck that I actually had a copy of years ago. Oh, I forgot what it's called, but you guys are probably screaming at me on the screen. Again, you know, brain fog. If it comes back to me, I will write it in, but you know the one. There's a moon version afterwards where there was more diversity, and then there was some oracles that came out by the same artist. Hughes maybe is the name of the artist. I can't remember, you guys, but you know what? The Art Nouveau mass market deck by, I think, US Games, that has this kind of like golden inlays. And it kind of reminded me of this, except the images inside are a lot more fantasy than Art Nouveau. I mean, look at this card. It's pretty badass. Just the design of the inlays reminds me of that deck. The actual drawings, not so much, because this one is much more based in fantasy. I mean, look at the magician. It's so cool. I love this magician so much. It makes me very happy. The box was awesome. This Page of Wands is really interesting and cool. I don't know, the whole deck is cool. I've tried it. I've read it for friends, actually. I've read for a friend with this, and it reads really good. You know, it's kind of RWS inspired, but with a little bit of a darker twist in the, not in the energy, but in the, I would say, depictions of some of the card. My favorite suit is a sword suit, because it's giving like Wraith kind of, you know, or a bit like Lord of the Rings, Cursed Kings. But all the aces are beautiful, and yeah, it's a gorgeous deck. It's a really beautiful deck. Would I have liked more diversity? Yes. I mean, you know, we can not always have what we want, but I do like my fantasy decks to also have diverse skin tones, but I do really find it still beautiful. And as a deck I added to get cheaper rates, it delivers, you know. It's a good one because it's a really good reader. And we need to find the Hanged One is gorgeous, like fairy vibes, beautiful. And we need to find the sword cards, because the sword card, specifically the Knight of Sword, is awesome. I mean, this Seven of Sword, like the whole sword suit is super cool. Let's find it. Love this Knight of Cups. She's giving very Joan of Arc to me. It's really interesting. Like, there's this interesting mix of like fantasy, Art Nouveau, but also saints and angels here. I don't have any fantasy deck that feels like this, you know, and I do have a lot of them, so it is interesting. Let's find those swords one. Where are you? Look, you know, there's a lot of angels. And anyway, we need to find the Hermit. Is kind of giving me drag. I don't know why, you know. It looks like a drag hermit. I don't know, that beard looks like it's had some gorgeous rollers on to make it extra shiny and curly. So I don't know, there's something about this hermit that cracks me up, but I still like it. And of course my favorite card, oh no, there she is. Yeah, she's awesome. Really cool. Like, you know, I'd read a whole trilogy about her because she looks awesome. And this Nine of Swords, that's giving me Lord of the Rings down, right? You guys see it, right? You see it? I think if you know, you know. Yeah, the whole sword suit is truly the best, in my opinion. But the whole deck is pretty cool, and I'm glad I picked it up because I've had some good readings with it. Page of Swords. I love it. It's so dark and moody. Super cool. The Empress, gorgeous. And the Fool, Corgi. I mean, can't be mad. I love a corgi. The Forest, we know, I think it's called. It doesn't have a guidebook. It has, like, I mean, that's kind of like a guidebook, right? It's one of those. You have a couple of keywords and you have images of the card. And then the strangest box I've ever seen in my life. So really interesting deck. You do have to put the thing on the top though, otherwise it won't close. Just a little tip. The last Vermillon Collection order, which you don't have to get from Vermillon Collection. This one I know is kind of everywhere. I think you can get this on Salon des Arcanes. You can get this probably on the creators directly. This was a Kickstarter originally. There's a few of those Disney ones by Daniela Montesi and art directed by Jennifer Redding. It's by the same people who did the Steamboat Legend, kind of are redrawing Mickey Mouse, thanks to it being now in public domain. Kickstarter by these creators, but the one I liked the most was this Halloween one, and I kind of had missed the Kickstarter, and then I saw that they had it on Vermillon, and I was like, great, let me get it. As part of this, I get free shipping. Look, can we talk about this box first of all? Look at it, this skeleton, boo! It's like it's jumping on you. Love it. Great. And here, they're dancing. Can you see that? I got free shipping with Vermillon Collection, which I'm very happy about. What I did not realize until I started seeing reviews of this is that you get a ton of extra cards with this one. You get an extra full card, extra Moon, Devil, Hanged Man, High Priestess, King of Swords, Death, and Ace of Cups. So you truly can adapt this to be the deck you want, which I love. You get a really good chunky guidebook with full page image, keywords, keyword reverse, and upward and reverse meaning. Really good. I mean, this is, you know, very faithful to the RWS. But if you were giving this as a gift to someone who loves Disney, for example, who loves Mickey, and they have never read tarot, they would be completely fine with this, because it does hold your hand for all of the important stuff. Here are the backs. We have interesting copper accent. I've not shuffled this yet. As you can see, the other two I've used. This one I haven't used yet, so I can't tell you how it's going to hold. I have a suspicion that it might not be holding very well. I don't know. We'll see. My experience with this kind of edging sometimes hasn't been the best, but we should see. Cardstock is linen. Let's see if I can pick up the... There you go. You can kind of see the texture here, so it's super flexible. It would be easy to refill shuffle if you like to do that. And let's get into it. So as the name suggests, Skeleton Dance Arcana. This is gonna be a Halloween-y deck, but who gets to say when it's Halloween, right? Right now, I'm feeling this summer wind vibe. And I mean, right now for me, where I live, it's winter. So this fits because technically my Samhain was not that long ago. I don't see these kind of spooky cute decks just for Halloween. I'm happy to use them all year long. There's, I like the zombie tarot I pull out all the time. The only one deck I really truly only use for Halloween time is the Halloween Wait because it feels very Halloween-esque. But this, I think I'm going to use it after I finish filming this because there's something really charming about the mix of the spooky vibe with its like old school nostalgia of this like old Mickey, Mickey and Minnie. To me, makes it timeless. And so very faithful to the RWS. It's adorable. You could choose, you had like an Ace of Cups that felt very Halloween because it had the pumpkin. So that felt more seasonal. But the cards I chose to include here, to me, make this deck feel like it could be timeless. Like, I would be happy to read with this anytime. It's adorable. And I remember when I saw the Kickstarter for it, after it finished, I was super bummed that I had missed it because I don't have a deck like an old cartoon deck. Like there's a few out there. There's a mass market one by Liminal 11. There is some from Destiny. They've done those kind of like, old school cartoon vibes. But I love the idea of it being so close and faithful to the old Mickey and Minnie. But the first one they did was I think it's called Steamboat. I don't know. I didn't love it. I thought it was cool, but I wasn't 100% sold. But then when I saw they did this one, look at this 5 of Pentacles, you guys. It's so cute. It's so cute. You just want to give them a hug. I love it. Yeah, when I saw this one, that it was like giving that nostalgic old school drawing mixed with spooky cute, I was like, now that is my nostalgic deck, This is everything I love. Just the mix of black and white with the colors, it's really cool. And again, very faithful to the RWS. So it's gonna be a breeze to read with. I can't wait to read with this one. I really cannot. I have a feeling it's going to be delightful. I cannot wait to read with others for this. It's so good, you guys. It's also giving me a little bit Luigi's Mansion, if you guys have played that on the Switch, with a sense of humor vibe. So definitely not scary, more with a wink wink, nudge nudge kind of feeling. Look at this 5 of Wands. It's adorable. So yeah, I'm super pumped about this. Very happy I picked it up. And did we talk about the Devil card? I don't think we did. Let's go back to it. The one I chose, I thought was great because I thought it was extremely clever. Let's find it. Look, isn't this so good? The Devil is you. And if you've been watching Critical Role latest season campaign 4 with Julian's character and the Shadow, again, if you know, you know. I think it's great. If you've made it this far, thank you so much, first of all. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these decks, how you read with them, the readings you like, the pairings you like, all of this. Let's chat. I love to chat with you guys. Let me know the decks you've acquired lately or that have brought you joy lately. It's always nice to discuss. Until next time, I am sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!